So yeah.
Do you think you're quite aggressive people?
Not as people. Hopefully we come across pretty bubbly. But yeah.
It just got to a point, like when you're an angry teenager and you hate the world.
About the year that you've had, the year Dub Police have had, it's been a pretty big year for you guys. As always, you've been working real hard, dropping a load of great music. What do you think the main fighting force is behind the Dub Police? Because it's a label that has a lot of credibility, a lot of recognition. It's got a nice roster of artists who always deliver. What is the force behind it? What keeps you guys so motivated?
Well, I think the kind of idea of the label in the first place was to give, when the dubstep scene was kicking off, to give like a kind of foot into the scene for new talent and stuff. And that was kind of my thing. When I joined up and I met Caspa, it was try and get a foot in the scene, just get a name out there. And it was the same time Roscoe joined, and things were, only 5 releases into the label. It was really early days, and I don't think anyone could have seen the way, the things just went crazy.
Yeah.
With trying to get your names out there as electronic producers.
Yeah, I guess the hardest obstacle is actually balancing everything that we do with music with full-time jobs and with work, really. It's always been a challenge, but you've just got to kind of use the time that you have, being as, the most productive that you can be.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, literally, we don't have free time. Like, it's quite rare that we just watch telly or something like that. Like, every moment we have is in the studio making new tunes or putting together a promo mix, or it's always music related, isn't it? Because I think if we weren't still doing music, we'd probably hate each other by now, wouldn't we? That was a joke.
But the whole scene.
I don't think anyone could have predicted at that time what was going to happen, not only within the label Dub Police, but the dubstep scene, the bass music scene was just exploded.
It was crazy. It was it was an amazing time to be involved and to see from those early days how not just the scene but the label itself, like how it just flourished and all the things that people have gone on to do. It's been great to be part of. So
It's been incredible, and I'm sure having label mates such as Caspa, such as Roscoe, it must be having those guys in your company must really keep you on your. You must all keep each other on your toes.
yeah,
to
definitely,
be fair,
definitely. I mean, it's kind of it's all good. It's all like friendly competition, but we are in kind of competition with each other. But it's cool. We just push each other to outdo ourselves, and it's good. It's what I suppose why you get some of the good music. Is
I guess you need that. You need some motivation. You need some inspiration.
Yeah.
I'm sure when you go to Caspa's studio and you hear his latest thing, it makes you want to go back to the studio, and likewise, and vice versa with yourself as well, man.
Definitely.
Now the Dub Police album, we need to talk about that. It's important.
Yeah.
It's sounding like it's going to be legendary.
Well, basically, what it is it's called Past, Present, Future, and it's covering the back catalogue so far. So we've got a bunch of tunes from the past, like really standout tunes like When I Look at You by MLK and early Roscoe things and Caspa things, and then we got a present section, which is what's going on now.
Yeah.
And then 15 tracks, which are all brand new, unreleased. Sort of what we think, how the sound's going to map out in the future.
So you guys are now starting to even mould that future sound.
That's amazing.
The future CD alone is good enough to be a sort of independent album of its own. Like, there's so many, like, they're all new tunes from all the new people on the label, all the pioneers of the Dub Police label. So I'd say the tunes that we're really feeling at the moment is like that whole album is just sick.
Yeah, I can't
Like
wait
the
to
new
hear it.
Midas tune, some new Ethic tunes. Yeah.
Yeah, when's it?
So
when's
many
it
to name.
released? Yeah, it sounds like a
We could
lot.
sit here naming them all, but
45
we will
names.
miss stuff off. So
What kind of sound? What direction are you guys headed in?
It's hard to say, who's to say where it's gonna go. But all we can do is what we've always done, just try and just do our sound in a, not try and copy whatever else is going on here and whatever's going on there. Just do our own thing. And from what I've heard, it's really nice. It's like nice collection of tunes, all kind of different styles, and some brand new artists on there who it's really it's nice to see these new guys coming through and still kind of pushing the boundaries.
Yeah.
Because a lot's been covered already.
Yeah.
It's
Which
nice
is
to
exciting. It's good to see that that there's still boundaries and doors that have not been
definitely,
kicked down yet,
definitely.
and
Yeah.
there's still a lot more in store for the bass music scene.
Yeah, well, I mean, the day when it gets to like, oh well, this is it. I think that's all I've covered. Can be done now.
Yeah.
Then I'll kind of stop. But until then, I'm just gonna keep going.
I think we're a little bit of a way off from that.
Hey, Well, I wish you all the very best for 2014. I'm sure you're going to have an absolutely amazing year again.
Thanks
you
very
so
much.
much, Variations,
Thank you
for
very
coming to see us.
Cheers.
Cheers.
That's the right camera, isn't it?
Yeah. You're looking into that the whole